Welcome back to the Sidetrack'd podcast.
Oh my god. What are you talking about? We're really about to do this all over again.
Welcome back to Sidetrack'd. Sorry, I was talking before this. I'll probably post the clip, but I was talking about spiders. Yeah, this is my first week back at school. I know I started school later than everybody else. It's kind of weird. It's kind of strange, but it's whatever. And it's also kind of weird because, like, I am this close to finishing, and, like, I saw a TikTok earlier today where it was all like, oh, in 2 months it's gonna be 4 years since the pandemic started, and I'm like, the fuck do you mean? Like, that is crazy to me. Like, that's wild. Like, I'm about to be an adult with no like I'm gonna, like, no college, no school. Like, I'm gonna have to. Let's not talk about it. That's not today's episode topic, so let's not talk about it because it's gonna get me stressed out and I'm gonna start hyperventilating. But yeah, I started school this week. For one of my classes, like 30% of the grade is like you have to lead the class for the entire day. Like, as the teacher, like, you have to be so educated on the topic for that day and, like, give a lesson basically for the class. And when my professor was going over it, like, people were like freaking out, and she was like, guys, don't worry, like, I wouldn't make you, like, stand up here for an hour and 30 minutes. I wouldn't make you guys stand up here for an hour and 30 minutes and, like, lecture. I mean, I don't even do that. That'd be horrible. Like, imagine talking for an hour and 15 minutes and no one talking back to you. Oh my god, yeah, that would be crazy. Imagine who talks to themselves with no one talking back to them. That's weird. Ugh, for an hour, damn. Don't know anyone who can do that. That's crazy. Sorry, I'm so, like, I'm gonna post a clip later of me, like, freaking out about this spider, but I'm so fucking scared that a spider's just gonna, like, I thought I heard something and I was like, oh my god, is that the spider trying to, like, eat me alive? Mind you, it's, like, not even, like, it's not even an inch. Actually, it's probably an inch. Yeah, it's probably an inch, like, in diameter. But honestly, I love talking to myself. Like, that's why I started this podcast, because, like, I used to do these little think pieces on my private Snapchat story, and they weren't appreciating it. So now you guys get to appreciate it. You're welcome. But, like, if I'm just driving or taking a shower or, like, washing the dishes, I just get to thinking, and then I'm all like, wait, I've been thinking about the same topic for like 30 minutes. Let me just, like, record a little Snapchat video. But now I got long form, like, content platforms to produce on. So, you know, why not have these think pieces of 20-year-old Mary Jo to live on the internet forever? God, I'm gonna regret this. Anyways, for today's topic, I wanted to talk about music. I was driving in the car the other day, and I was listening to We Are the World on Spotify. And if you don't know what that song is, basically in, like, 1985, also, all the information I'm giving you right now on this topic is coming from my parents. Like, if any of this is messed up or wrong, go blame them, not me. Yes, I could have done my own research, but I wasn't going to. So this is what you get. But, like, in 1985, I believe, based on hearsay from my parents, because they're Africans, that, like, a bunch of countries in Africa were, like, starving, like, going through a famine or whatever. Like, they were, like, really starving, like, more than you think already, even though it's neither here nor there. But anyways, they were going through a really bad time, like, with food. So, I guess someone in America, again, I have no idea who, like, started this thing. So, like, don't ask me. Go search it up. But basically, someone got together all the biggest, like, artists from that period of time, the 1980s, and they got them all together to sing this song, We Are the World. Michael Jackson might have written it. I'm not too sure about it, but I know he sings in it, and I know he's, like, the main person on the recording. He might have been the one who got them all together, but I assume he had some big part to play in the song. But, yeah, they sang the song, We Are the World, and basically they sold the CDs from the song, and then they used the money to, like, feed Africa, you know? Charity, you know, type shit. And they got, like, I think, like, over 50 artists on this song, like, 50 artists from the 80s time period to perform on this song. Like, it was a big deal. And I used to, like, as, like, my parents were living in Africa during that time, like, being in an African household, I listened to that song religiously growing up. And it's a good song. It's a bop. Like, it is so good. Like, I can't even, like, it's just a masterpiece on top of masterpieces. Like, the voices of the 80s were just good. Like, they were just, objectively speaking, like, they were just good. Like, they were just, like, the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? But, I was thinking while I was listening to, like, the song, and I was like, oh, this is, and I was like, they did the same thing in 2012. So, basically, Jamie Foxx, like, in 2012, Haiti went through, like, major earthquakes, and to raise money for them to help them out, Jamie Foxx was all like, okay, we're gonna do the same thing that they did in the 1980s, and we're gonna sing the same song, but just with artists, the biggest artists of 2012, like right now, this time period, right? And they got some big names on there, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the biggest artists of those times, and I'm not gonna say that they weren't, like, they got Justin Bieber, Miley Cyrus. I was hyped. I was like, oh, I'm gonna listen to this, I'm gonna love it, and I just didn't. Like, it was, like, bad. Like, I hated it so much, and maybe it's because, like, you can never really do the original. Like, even, like, with, like, Taylor's versions, which, like, don't come for me. I'm not in the mood. But, like, I understand the lore behind Taylor's version, or whatever, but, like, the original is objectively better because it was, like, it's her voice. It's, like, regardless of whether she owns it, it was her voice, and the original just has so much nostalgia to it that, like, when I listen to, like, Taylor's version, I'm like, it just doesn't sound quite right. Like, you can tell that they're different. They just don't sound the same. Like, yes, they're singing the same song, but it doesn't sound right. Like, you can't just, like, mimicking something is never going to be as good as the original. But 2012 version comes out, and yeah, they did stuff differently, but, like, just to give you context for how bad, personally, I think the song is, they literally did the whole song, and Janet Jackson replaced Michael Jackson in the newer version, because obviously Michael Jackson was dead, and also, like, he wouldn't be, like, a person to be on the next song. I don't think anyone did it again. Like, I think that they got completely new artists. Like, I don't think they used any artists from the original song. But Janet Jackson filled in for Michael Jackson's, like, big role or whatever. But even, like, using Janet Jackson, they had a hologram version of Michael Jackson in the 2012 video with his vocals from 1985. That's insane to me. Like, I don't know if it was just a tribute, which, if you want to use that as your little crutch, sure. But I really do think it's because the voices in the 2012 one weren't strong enough. And it got me thinking, like, why? Because, like I said before, like, you got, like, Justin Bieber, Miley Cyrus, Celine Dion, like, the Jonas Brothers. Like, there were so many good artists on this track, and I'm, like, sitting here, I'm like, it just did not sound good. Like, it was objectively bad. And I started thinking, like, are artists getting worse? And I'm not saying that these artists were bad, but I'm saying that, like, a lot of them, they were doing, like, the same thing. I feel like on the original version of We Are the World, you could easily pick out voices. Like, you could be like, that's Michael Jackson, that's, like, Lionel Richie, that's Cyndi Lauper, like, you know what I'm saying? But, like, in the 2012 version, it just did not sound the same. And I, like, honestly, I feel like it's more that, like, the industry is more saturated. And not to say that people who make music right now aren't good, or that I don't listen to any, like, newer artists, or even that, like, artists that blew up on, like, all artists that blew up, like, via social media are bad, because there are a lot of good people who blew up on social media. I mean, Justin Bieber blew up on social media. Like, he originally, his start was YouTube. Like, I'm not saying that social media is necessarily, like, killing the industry, but it does beg the question, because there are so many, like, every single day I see a TikTok and someone's in their car like, guys, I have the song of the summer. Like, no, babes, no, you don't. Like, no one is singing this. No offense. Like, I understand that making songs is hard, and I think that, like, a lot of times, especially on TikTok, people will just do it for, like, views and shit, like, to be famous, rather than, like, doing it because you love making music. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I was, like, sitting there, and I was, like, thinking, like, it is just not hitting as hard. And then, like, also on top of it not hitting as hard, they changed so much because it was a different time period. Like, in the original one, there weren't a lot of rap artists in the 1980s that were prominent and big figures. You know what I'm saying? But then come 2012, like, rap is a bigger industry than it was back in the 80s. So there were a lot of rap artists on there, and it doesn't fit with the tone of the song. Like, if had they done a completely different song, catered to the voices of the people that they got on the record, I feel like it would have done better. But it was not. Also, Jamie Foxx was on it. Like, I know Jamie Foxx sings, but yeah. Anyways, but I was, like, thinking, because, like, you know, I don't want to think that, like, it necessarily died, like, music died with, like, a certain generation, because the voices were, like, rich. They, like, had something to it. But I was thinking to myself, like, let's prove that it didn't die. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe, like, and there were some good artists on the 2012 track. I'm not gonna, like, and they did good with the parts that they had. Nick Jonas ate the fuck down on that. I don't know what it is, but that man got some soul in him. I claim him as, you know, black. Okay, Black History Month. Black power, black power. This is ridiculous. Anyways, no, but that man got some soul in him. Like, have y'all listened to the gospel version of Jealous? 'Cause, ooh, I got my cheap music up and I'm puffing my chili. I love him. I love that man. And then when he's all like, red dress, all by yourself, gotta catch my breath. Oh my god, I love Nick Jonas as an artist. But I was thinking, like, realistically, they do these songs for charity, and they do it for whatever big cause is going on during that time period. So hypothetically speaking, if we were going to make one today, like, hypothetically speaking, trying to help the biggest cause of right now, I mean, hypothetically speaking, it would be for the Palestinians. So if we were making a song to help the Palestinians out, who would be on that record? Hypothetically speaking, of course, because this is not a real record that is going out. But who would we put on that album to give us what is needed? Because, one, Michael Jackson is just a powerhouse voice. You can't... I think we're, like, if they ever decide to do this again, which I think that they should never decide to do it again, I think it's overplayed. Like, what is up with, like, people in Hollywood deciding, like, if there's something going wrong in the world that we should sing? Like, do y'all remember when COVID first hit and, like, every single celebrity was all, like... What was that song that they sang? It was all like, "Oh, Imagine" by I'm gonna fuck it up. Elton John? No, I gotta search it up, because if I get it wrong, I'm gonna feel bad. John Lennon. Okay, I was thinking John Legend in my head, but I was like, no, John Legend is a black man. Like, that is not who's saying. Yeah. So, Imagine by John Lennon. What's it called? They, like, sat in their houses and sang that song, and they were like, this is gonna heal the world. And I was like, the fuck are you doing? Get back. Like, no one wants to see this shit. No one needed that. But if they ever decide to do this again, I think they'd have to holographically put Michael Jackson in there, because he's just a powerhouse of a voice. Like, he was, like, and I hate people, like, trying to compare him to literally anyone else on earth, because just the 2012 song alone would tell you that, like, y'all aren't matching what he had. Like, y'all literally made a whole song with the biggest artist of that time period, and you still had to put Michael Jackson, who was deceased, in the song. Like, what the... Really? And you're thinking anyone's touching that legacy right now, where we stand. Maybe in the future. Maybe, like, years from now, but not right now. You're tripping if you think anyone's even come close to Michael Jackson, like, virality. I don't even know. Popularity. Like, he was known worldwide. That nigga was worldwide. Like, before Mr. Worldwide, he was worldwide now. You know who should? Actually, I think he might have been on the 2012 version. Pitbull might have been on the 2012 version. But if we were doing one for 2024, starting off strong, I feel like you need people who have good vocal range, because there's a few parts of the song, like Celine Dion and Cyndi Lauper's part is very high, and also all of Michael Jackson's parts. They are, like, high pitches, so you would need someone who can go into that range. And my first round pick for this hypothetical charity song that we're doing for Palestine is Ariana Grande. Because regardless of what she's doing with SpongeBob right now, girls got range. Girls got range. And she's a good artist. I would say that she's one of the like better artists of our generation. So she was put in there. Now, for the next few, I know that for the 2012 version, it was almost like they were like throwing in rappers just because they were there, but they really had nothing to do with the song. Like, honestly, Jamie Foxx, you missed the mark. Like, I honestly think they should have just written a whole nother song, but I understand how that would come off. Like, it probably wouldn't have done as good. Like, I think that they used that song because they were all like, oh, it did good before, people know this song, so people will buy it again. But, like, realistically, the people that they put on the 2012 version just weren't good singers. I think, who was it? It's the guy from Black Eyed Peas, I think. In the middle of the song, he just starts like screaming and he's all like, no semula. And it's like, what are we doing here? Like, it's funny as hell, and I love that part of the song now, but it's all like, that is not what the original song sounds like. Like, and I understand that they were trying to get the biggest voices of the time, and if they just got only white people, that was gonna be a whole nother situation. Like, you're trying to help Haiti and you only got white people on this track. Exactly. But next we got J. Cole and Drake. I feel like they need it up, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we're gonna pick rappers from the time, because I think for the 2012 version it had Louise. Who else was on there? Who were the rappers on that one? Hold up, let me search that up because I don't even remember. Like, oh god, no. Forgot the last word of that. We Are the World 2012. Singers. Wikipedia. We're going to Wikipedia because I don't got time to go through all this shit. Oh, was it 2010? It might have been 2010. I might have been saying the wrong shit. But then again, I told y'all not to take what I'm saying verbatim. So, also, for the list that I'm making as to who I want, I can't use anyone who was on the 2012 version. So I can't use, like, Justin Bieber, Miley Cyrus, the Jonas Brothers, even though they are all still popping and probably have some of the, like, best vocal ranges of our, like, time period right now. Can't use them because they were on the original one, and I don't think anyone redid it. Except for maybe Lionel Richie. I think he might have done it again with Quincy Jones. Yeah, but just give me a list of people who were fucking on this track. Jesus Christ. Oh, okay. So we got, for the 2012 version, we got Justin Bieber, Nicole Scherzinger, Jennifer Hudson. Ooh, Jennifer Hudson. But they didn't give her, like, a big role in the song, which I think is criminal because that girl can sing. But, yeah, Jennifer Hudson. Josh Groban, which I had no idea sang. Maybe that's just me. But I thought he was an actor. Call me crazy. Tony Bennett, Mary J. Blige, Tony Braxton, Michael Jackson stock footage. Like, that's crazy. Like, anyways, Janet Jackson, Barbara Streisand, Miley Cyrus, Enrique Iglesias, Jamie Foxx, some names I fucking don't know. I'm not gonna read that. Adam Levine, Pink, Usher, Celine Dion, like Fergie, Nick Jonas. Yeah, I don't think even all the Jonas Brothers were on it, like, low-key. Yeah. Or maybe they were, because right now, yeah, all the Jonas Brothers were on it, but these were the only people who got, like, solo things, I guess. But then T.I., like, Lil Wayne, T-Pain, Akon, LL Cool J, will.i.am, Snoop Dogg, Nipsey Hussle, Busta Rhymes, Swizz Beatz. Actually, Kanye, like, I do remember this actually vividly from my listen through of the 2012 version, but Snoop Dogg's part, I think they, like, made a whole rap section for the rappers where they, like, did their little thing. So I think that, like, Drake and J. Cole could eat that shit up. But because there wasn't, like, any, like, female rappers, like, really on the 2012 version, I decided to add some female rappers onto mine. Now, the female rappers that I have, obviously, Meg, Nicki, and Cardi. That's all I'm gonna say. I feel like they would eat up a little collab right now. I feel like they would love that. I feel like they need a little bonding time. I think the girls need to get back together, have a little bonding time, do another collab, because y'all used to, I'm not gonna say y'all used to fuck with each other, because y'all definitely didn't. But y'all were making music and we were loving it. I mean, I still love Megan and Cardi. Anyways, next on the list, we got Charlie Puth. That man, what is it? He got perfect pitch. He got to be on the album. Like, I don't want this shit to flop. This is my perfect list, okay? This shit's not going to flop. Get perfect pitch boy up here. You know what I'm saying? This one, I feel like they would add her just because of her notoriety, like, just to get the song out there. I feel like they put Olivia Rodrigo on there just because she's popping right now. I feel like they'd be all like, you need to get in on this track. Not that she's like a powerhouse singer right now, but I feel like, I mean, if you're trying to get people to buy stuff so that you can send money to someone else, you're gonna want like people who are famous, especially within Gen Z. I think you want like to get as many people on there, and Olivia Rodrigo is gonna do that. Next one, I got Sabrina Carpenter because that girl can sing. Y'all disrespect her left and right, but this girl is doing the damn thing. And she's a good songwriter, but that's neither here nor there. Now, the next one we got on here is a little controversial, but it's my Holy Mary, like, Hail Mary, like, Holy Mary. Hail Mary, like, little, like, thing. I told this girl not to call me. Let's see, hold up. Pause this entire list. I told this girl not to call me. I told this girl to not call me. I told this girl specifically. I gave her specific instructions. I told her, I'm going to be filming. Do not FaceTime call me. Because I film on my phone camera. Because I filmed the last video on my vlogging camera. But I don't have time. Why the fuck did she just call me twice? Is she Leticia, count your days. Anyways, I film on my phone. So I don't want to mess up the recording or any audio in the studio. So I just respectfully declined. I told you not to call me. She's calling me a third time. Wait, just calling me with Kevin. I'm not answering that because it's a trap. Anyways, next one we got on the list, my Hail Mary, like, little thing, Jordan Fisher. Now, I know what you're saying. He's not a singer. Sue me. Okay, because when he did Disney Circle of Stars, he ate all those bitches up. I fear that he could eat up the bitches the way Michael Jackson was eating up the bitches in 2012. I fear that Jordan Fisher can do that. So he needs to be on. He is on my list. Okay, I don't care if anybody else cares. They're gonna be like, why is he? Josh Groban was on it. Honestly, I'm saying Josh Groban as if he's not a singer, but he might be. I'm not gonna look it up because I refuse. I'm just gonna say that he's not. So, like, why can't Jordan Fisher be on it? Exactly. Anyways, next we got Lady Gaga. That one, I don't know why she wasn't on the first one. I don't remember seeing her name on that list. She is good, and honestly, her and Ariana Grande, when they did Rain on Me, I'll admit right now, I did not listen to it. I did not listen to it when it first came out. It kept on playing on the radio. I was like, this shit is trash. It's just like one of those like pop songs that they just put out for money. But then I will admit that, and I'm slightly ashamed of this, but not really. Shameless, Mickey and Ian were singing it, and I was like, wait, it kind of sounds good. Like, I'm getting into this. So then I started playing it after that episode where they were singing it together, and I was like, wait, they're kind of in. And this was years after it came out, or like maybe 3 years after it came out. So no longer relevant. And I was like, wait, this shit's good as fuck. And I've recently been listening to a lot of Lady Gaga, and when she was on A Star Is Born, what is that song? Shallows? Yeah, that girl got some pipes on her. She needs to be on my roster. Then because, like, I feel like they're always trying to be inclusive. So we gotta do the biggest names in music, not just in America. So I put Bad Bunny and Rema on here. Because it's Bad Bunny and Rema. Like, hello? Like, it's Bad Bunny and Rema. They're getting on the list. Like, enough said about those two. Like, then The Weeknd, which I, like, feel like he is, like, low-key slept on. But if you're, like, a fan of The Weeknd, you know that nigga got some pipes on him. So, you know, The Weeknd definitely had to be here. Alicia Keys. I don't remember typing this. However, I don't think she was in the 2012 version. And she's really good at singing. And I don't know why she wouldn't be. Honestly, I think when I was going through the list of people who should be on it, I was like, wait, why wasn't this person on it in 2012? Like, they definitely had a career in 2012, and they were definitely popular in 2012. But then I thought to myself, you could totally decline to do this. Would be a shit thing to do, honestly, unless you're on like tour or something and you physically can't be in the room to record. But otherwise, why the fuck are you declining a charity song? You got better shit to do, nigga. Anyways, next, Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran. This man can eat up any genre of music that you put him in. Rap, rap, country, fucking Afro beats, any genre of music you put Ed Sheeran in, he's gonna eat up the bitches. So he had to be on this. I love him. Next we got Billie Eilish. Cause why the fuck not? This girl's range is absolutely out of this world. Like, y'all are not gonna sleep on my girl Billie. I mean, I don't listen to her music like that, but her range is insane. Like, you cannot deny that. Next, we got Bruno Mars, which is one of the names on here where I was like, wait, you were popping back then. Why the fuck weren't you on it? But we're going to give you the benefit of the doubt and say that you didn't know, or that they didn't ask you, or they didn't approach you, you know? But, yeah, Bruno Mars, like, he stays consistent. Honestly, Doo-Wops and Hooligans, that album, absolutely no skips. There is not a single song on that album that I would skip. Just amazing vocalist, amazing songwriter. Bruno Mars, chef's kiss. I love him. I will say I did think he was black for probably 90% of my life, but that's neither here nor there. Love him regardless. So, next, Beyonce, another one on the list that I was like, why weren't you on the original? But, you know. And there's also ensemble, like, people. Like, they take everyone. So there's people in ensemble who don't get, like, speaking roles. And by speaking roles, I mean they just don't get a solo part. Like, it's like, y'all know the Disney Circle of Stars. If you don't know what I'm talking about with We Are the World, the Disney Circle of Stars, like the, Do You Want to Build a Snowman song with all those people in it, it's essentially the same thing, but it's for charity. Like, it's just one of those group ensemble, like, type things. Next, we got Demi Lovato. I think y'all sleep on her vocals way too fucking much. I mean, I know she went through her, like, crack whore phase. Let it go. One, it doesn't affect you. I never understood why everybody, like, made fun of her for, like, literally overdosing. That never made sense to me. Never, not once. Because it's all like, what the fuck are you guys on? Like, what is funny about that? And what is embarrassing about that? Like, it's insane. Because, like, you know, if she wasn't in the entertainment industry, that wouldn't have fucking happened. It's because of the people that she was around and the fact that they don't protect children on entertainment sets. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's neither here nor there. Demi Lovato's voice eats to this day. Like, y'all sleep on her so fucking much, and it's, like, honestly insane. Demi Lovato, powerhouse of a voice. Next, we got Khalid on here. I feel like, yeah, like, honestly, he may not be one of the bigger names on this list, like, right now in 2024, but, like, his voice, unmatched. Like, I love listening to his song. It's just, like, smooth. It's like chocolate. I don't know. Like, it's something about it. Like, I love his songs. Next we got Lizzo. I know y'all trying to cancel her, and I don't know where we ended on that verdict. I think she, like, everything was disproven, but I may be wrong, and if I am, I apologize. But, you know, Lizzo. I mean, before 2024, she was kind of popping. Before 2023, excuse me. Before 2023, she was popping, and everybody loved her. So, get her on this song, because her voice, again, unmatched. And, you know, diversity. Sorry, I was just letting that stupid comment sink in to my brain, fully cringing, and then coming back. Okay. Next we got Shawn Mendes. That man can sing. He needs to put out more music. He needs to go back on tour because I want to see him again. He canceled his last tour, and I'm so glad I didn't buy tickets because I would have been pissed off. But I will buy tickets if he goes on tour again because that man can sing. And I feel like he just eat up like an ensemble piece like that. So, yeah. And the last thing I got, controversial take, Sam Smith. Now, I know I said, like, we're doing this for 2024, blah, 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 blah. Sam Smith, pre all the shit he's going through now. Because, like, although they can do whatever they want, like, with their body and with their decisions in life, I did like their older music better. Like, I liked, and they still sound the same, so I still stand by that for vocal reasons, but song-wise, I just don't like their their newer music. It doesn't vibe with me. I don't jive with it. Their older music, like, I will blast Sam Smith music like no one's fucking business. Like, it is so good. Like, I don't know. And I don't even be experiencing most of the stuff they're talking about in their songs, but I love it. I love just pretending as if I'm in a movie and Sam Smith music is like the background that's like explaining what's going on. I love that. I love that so much. But that's all I had for my top people who are getting like big major song portions, because like I feel like that's a good list of the singers of our time. I might be missing a few people. I like tried to make the list off of people that I listen to, and then I realized I don't listen to people who are like really like powerhouses, and I think that's like also like why I'm saying like, oh, maybe the industry's saturated and there's no really good singers. Like, you think, oh, maybe Renee Rapp. I don't listen to a lot of her music, but I do remember watching her, and I am sorry because I love Jennifer Hudson, but I fear she may have ate her up on her own show. Yeah, I'll probably make like a clip of that. But like, I remember seeing it on TikTok and being like, Renee ate up Jennifer Hudson on her own show. That's crazy. But I don't really listen to her music like that. But I feel like she could be like, sorry, I thought the camera stopped filming. I was all like, wait, can it see me? Yeah, it can see me. But yeah, I feel like Renee Rapp would work well in this. Like, I just feel like some voices, and see, I'm thinking strategically. I feel like Jamie Foxx, when he was putting together his Avengers, you know, he wasn't thinking strategically. He was just all like, if you're famous, get in here. No, you gotta think and work with the song, because the song is not meant for every single vocal artist. I picked powerhouses because that song is meant to be sang with like this girth, like you're trying to save a whole entire country, you know, you're save a whole entire continent. That is the power that needs to be behind these voices, and you picked certain voices that aren't. Honestly, I'd argue if you put Justin Bieber on this track, it would have been a better time period for you to put Justin Bieber on there, because even though Justin Bieber can always sing, Justin Bieber now is in this space where he is just using everything he's got in his singing. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was younger before, and I'm not saying that he was bad at singing before, but one, it wasn't a song for him back then because he wasn't really tapped into that. Also, he was like fucking 15 or something. Wait. Numbers are hard. We're not going to double check that. Actually, I don't care how old he was. He was a child. He looks like a baby in that. He looked honestly 12 to me. So, neither here nor there. But, yeah. I think that I came up with a better list than Jamie Foxx. I feel like if I was going to put one together today, honestly, like, I'd eat it the fuck up. I just did. You just saw it. But that's where we're going to end today's episode. Thank you for watching. You can follow me on, wait, I don't know what I'm fucking saying. You can follow the podcast at Sidetrack'd Podcast on TikTok and Instagram, and you can follow me at MaryJoJessica on Instagram and at MaryJo.Jessica on TikTok. This has been Sidetrack'd. I will talk to you later.